Work teams around the world rely on sprints to work in an agile manner and produce results fast. They get hyper-focused and ship new features in weeks by setting up time-boxed goals. Notion is known as a great task management solution, and that's why they've introduced sprints to their platform. With Notion sprints, you can set up and track sprints with Notion by combining project, tasks, and sprint management. In this video, I'll show you how to set up sprints and how to utilize them within Notion. To start off, it's very important to know that in order to access the sprints feature, you need to utilize one of Notion's standard templates. You can access one of their standard templates either here on the left-hand side of your navigation bar, or whenever you're creating a new page, you can select templates here. Let's select templates. And the two templates that you can utilize to add sprints is either project and tasks or project, tasks, and sprints. If you select project and tasks and get that template, and perhaps you don't want to use sprints right now and you want to add it on in the future, this gives you the option to do so simply by coming here and selecting the plus button, and then you can select sprints. If you were just to go with any regular database within Notion, you would not be able to add sprints onto this database. So let's start off with the project, tasks, and sprints template. We're going to get it. Then automatically Notion will create a task database, which is going to be for all of your tasks and showing how they're related to projects and sprints. You're also going to have projects where you can easily view all the tasks within a project. Then we're going to have the sprint board, which allows you to see tasks that are associated with a sprint. It's important to know this is actually a part of the same database for tasks, so it's not its own separate database. And then we have sprints, which shows you the current, future, and past sprints. Let's start off with the sprint board by clicking into it. And here automatically you can see we're in the first sprint. You can see all the tasks that are associated with the sprint and exactly where they're at in your process. You can also, by clicking here in the top, select sprint planning, and you're going to be able to see all of your sprints in the future and the tasks that are associated with them. So here we have 3 tasks associated with this first sprint. We have one that's associated to the second sprint, and then we have a backlog, which is a bunch of tasks that you've entered that haven't been tied to any sprints yet. If you click into any of these tasks, you can see the status. You can also generate summaries using AI, the associated sprint, what's the level of priority. If your team uses GitHub, Notion has added a way for you to be able to connect your tasks from there. And then here you have some of your goals, your next steps, and you also have the ability to add some subtasks here. Say that you're coming up towards the end of your sprint and you haven't been able to finish all of your tasks that are associated with it. Notion has added this really great automation here in the top right that allows you to complete the sprint, and then it moves all of the tasks from the current sprint into the next one, and then also gives this sprint one the status of being a past sprint. So if we go back here and we go to our sprints board, you can see we have the statuses of current, next, and future. So sprint 1 is in current, sprint 2 next, sprint 3 is future. You can also see that we've only completed 25% of our tasks. So let's go back, and we are going to go back to the sprint board, and we're going to select complete sprint. And then here it says the next sprint is sprint 2, allows you to select the start and end dates of that sprint, and then it allows you to choose what you want to do with those 3 incomplete tasks that we have. You can either move it to the next sprint, you can move it to the backlog, or if you're thinking your team might want to consider it to be finished in this sprint, you can just keep it in the current sprint as well. So we're just going to move it to the next sprint, so we're going to select complete sprint 1, and then automatically here in the top left, you have seen that we've been moved to sprint 2, and all of those tasks that we didn't complete have been moved over as well. Going back to our sprints, sprint 1 has been moved to the past. We now have sprint 2, which is the current, and then it's automatically changed sprint 3 to next and created a new sprint, sprint 4, that has the status of being a future. So as you can see, it's a very efficient way of managing all of your tasks within a sprint and deciding what should be completed when. Clicking into projects, you can see that we have all of the same type of functionality of regular tasks and projects. You can set up dependencies and see stuff here like in a timeline view. They've created a view here that allows you to see projects that are currently active, all, and then ones that are owned by that specific user who's viewing this database. Then here in the task database, you can see all of your tasks broken out by projects and exactly what their status is there. That's it for this quick walkthrough of Notion sprints. I think that there's a lot of use for sprints, even outside of just engineering and product teams. And I'm really excited to see how Notion continues to expand upon the functionality of sprints. If you want to keep up to date with all the features that Notion is releasing, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.